Hey, crypto family. This is Nemesis with the Crypto Brothers. Today I was gonna go over a little bit of how my mind did over the week versus last week and last Friday. Kind of do a little a little comparison in numbers, see where they're actually sitting at. With that being said, I was also going to do a little technicals. I'm not the greatest at it. I do know a little bit. Do not do what I'm not giving anybody financial advice or anything like that, but I can pass on what little knowledge I do have on to whoever wants to watch this. With that being said, let's dive right on in. Good news is Bitcoin still worth one Bitcoin. It's $6,522. It's basically gone up just a little bit since been watching it, not much. Ethereum back over 200. A lot of the Ethereum holders, I'm sure, is very happy about that. Let's see here. My beloved Neo is doing horrible. But of course everything is. Ethereum Classics not doing that good either, even after they got listed on the Coinbase. A lot of people, I guarantee you, were hoping for a huge spike up, but it never happened because they got listed right at the same time as the market took another dump. Look at this, Tezos. It's going parabolic in their price action a little bit. They're over 18% up. That's huge. Anybody who's got Tezos, congratulations. But it's like, and then with Bitcoin and a technical analysis on this aspect of it, as you see here, I kind of drew in my little wedge pattern. I can kind of see this pattern kind of emerging itself out a couple of days ago. Whenever a triangle is formed like this, it can either break out up or it can break out down. After taking a major dump like this, it has a higher probability of actually taking a breakout towards the upline. This green line down here I've got as a support line, and as you see, we've tested near it a couple of times, hit it, but it pushes it right back up. And then this is the rest of the support line that I also drew in. And then just above that, I figured was going to be the resistance line, and we keep on inching above it, my support line, and it just slams back down. The bears just take on over. And then these yellow lines I have here, these are the channel that I believe that Bitcoin should truly be holding. If you actually scroll out, you can actually see that I have it down here as more of a gradual uptake, which all of this stuff that happened in December, even with the way that I've got it charted out, shows it as being an anomaly, that you wouldn't have wanted to trade out into this area. Taking profits would be perfect, but definitely not buying into it. So the RSI is kind of sitting there gradually kind of coming up into the oversold section, but it's still got a long ways to go before it's even there for oversold. So it's just gonna, I'm thinking it's just gonna trade out sideways for a little bit, a couple of more candle confirmations here, which I have these candles set up in a daytime period. So we had a little bit of a run out, and now we've got a spinning top, and this is like market uncertainty sitting right here. So whenever you've got market uncertainty, that's when you kind of want to hold off and see the next couple of candles and make sure that that people don't sit there and short it again and it just takes another dump. You don't want to make sure that this is not the high point where you're buying in. And the same thing if you're selling, you want to make sure that you're going to be selling when it bottoms up, but you also want to make sure if it's going to break back up into my channel way here, that you want to kind of ride it out. You want to give it a couple of days, and it'll hopefully come back up here where I believe it should be. And then it'll kind of go into oversold. Let me get this out of the way because I'm not paying for it. They have ads. So I see that. I hope that it kind of comes up because that'll bring the rest of the Bitcoin market up with it too, which would be very nice. With that being said, I want to jump into my little technicals on this. So up here I've got my GTX 1070s. As you see here, they did 54 cents on the initial intake, which after the electrical usage for one card rocks it back out to about 30 cents. The 1070 Ti for today was a little on the low side, and because it was a little bit on the lower side, I had actually turned off the rig for a little while to do a little bit of maintenance on it. I was updating the Ethernet ports to have a 24 port instead of my 5 port. So whenever I shut everything down, it brought down my numbers just a little bit from whenever I was doing the mathematics on it. So these are a little low, I know it, so not by much, but this should probably have done maybe about 56 or 57 cents, but because the rig was down for like a 45 minutes, maybe an hour, it brought the math of everything down on this for just for today. So come next Friday, this one should be hopefully up. And then the Antminer again too. I did take this off the offline for a little while. So this too, the numbers did drop significantly on, but it is what it is. The estimated mega hash is all the same. Nothing's changed with that. And as you see from last Friday, I'm actually down 11 cents. I made $2 today. Yeah, for just today. But if you look at my graphics card rigs, they actually banged out pretty dang good. But again, I had to turn off the rigs today, and I knew it would affect the numbers, but it is what it is. Like I said, it'll have better reflecting numbers come next week because I won't have to have turned any of the rigs off, and everything should be hashing away pretty nicely. And again, this was my calculations for cooling in the room. If anybody's wanting to know how I set this up, you can drop a like in the comments down below and let me know if you want more information on this stuff, or if you guys want more information on my my mining equipment. Now, I'm not going to sit there and show every one of the graphics cards. I'm just going to take one estimation from each rig setup. So with that being said, that's pretty much what covers it up for today. And if you guys have anything else that you'd like me to go over at any point in time, drop it in the comments down below. While you're down there, smash that like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. With that, may your hash rates be high, your watts be low, and you have a great day. See you next time.